Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in to From The Sidelines. It may sound a little bit different. It may look a little bit different, but it's going to be the same old us. Here, new episode. We're missing our old host, Ryan, but I got my normal host here. I'm going to bring him in right now. Brando Baird, how are you feeling right now?
Dude, feeling good. It's home. It's a little odd. Good but odd, right? It's like, ooh, Dad's not home. We can. What? Dad left
Forever.
So like,
this is a normal feeling for me.
We get to, dude, right away. All right. It's I don't know, exciting, but daunting as well. More so on your end than mine, I will say that. But still, we don't know where we're gonna go. It's no one to wrangle us.
No one to wrangle us.
We could really get into the nitty gritty. We
Oh,
could really say what we want.
Absolutely. We can make people hate us over our opinions and shoot us. I mean,
Yeah.
my bad. So basically, right,
soon.
one thing, we have a special guest, but before I introduce him, I want to bring in our two remaining sponsors that have stayed with us through this transitionary period. One, I want to thank you to Welts Clothing, Scott Stewart, and the boys over there in Texas. Thank you so much for keeping us strapped up. Use code FTS for 10% off on their Welts Wednesday drops. They drop a ton of cool stuff all the time. They drop straps, they drop jerseys, they drop any kind of shorts, apparel, whatever you want, right? Welts Wednesday. Make sure you guys use code FTS for 10% off, and it'll save you a little bit of money. So next up, we have Hormesis. Thank you, Alex Frazier, and all the boys over there at Hormesis for seriously strapping us up. And we don't have a discount code, but we support them no matter what because they are such a big impact into the paintball world. And I don't know if you saw, Brando, but they released that 12-minute clip. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if that was today, about the Iron Kids. Was that today?
I thought that was from All That Matters.
Was that from All That Matters?
It was.
Okay,
yeah.
maybe I'm just, looked at it for 2 seconds, saw it was Hormesis, and I was like, oh shit, Iron Kids. Not me.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Hormesis. Seriously, thank you guys so much for all your support in this transitionary period. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. And before I get too carried away, let me bring in our guest. Special guest. He's been on the show before. The man, the myth, the legend. Man as sweet as his honey. Smiley Joe. How does it feel to be back on FTS?
Listen, I'm honored for you guys to have me back on the show. It's last time I had such a blast talking to all three of you. Yes, it's a little strange not having Ryan on the show.
Definitely.
Ryan, he's such a good dude, and he knows like, the crazy thing is Ryan knows so much about everything, or
showbiz.
He has like his feet wet, and he knows how to like connect the pieces and to like keep the conversations going. But like, you can also see, like, you guys are gonna do fine because you can see that you guys have both progressed as co-hosts as well. Now you guys are hosts, but I'm honored that I get to be the first guest on the rebrand.
Thank you, bro. Like, honestly, dude, this rebrand thing over the past week has been absolutely mind-numbing. I wouldn't say I've lost sleep over it, but there are times where I'm like, oh, man, like, am I going to be prepared for this? Like, my nerves are kind of, like, rattling around. There's some big shoes to fill, right? And I'm definitely excited to get into it. The editing part, I am a complete noob at, honestly. But, right, we got everything set up with OBS. It doesn't look horrible. It does not look horrible. I cannot be too mad about that overall. But yeah, I think that this is going to be a good step for the podcast. I'm very, very excited. I'm actually, with that little reel that I posted today, I actually got quite a bit of support and quite a bit of messages, saying that they're excited for this transition and, not to give up. So I think that FTS is to the moon in a way, I'm very excited. There were some higher profile people that I really looked up to in the paintball community that reached out to me, like Dan Shelley, 40 Media, Matt the Gym Rat, right? All those guys that are, very big in the paintball industry. And it felt very reassuring knowing that they had my back in this time of change. So, Joe, dude, tell me.
Well,
bro.
and to add to it too is like, so yes, you have shoes to fill, but I don't think you have shoes to fill. You've always been wearing your own shoes. Yes, of course you're wearing your own shoes, but like you join people to start a movement, and then like there gets to certain points where the movements change. It's like you're never going to be on the same road forever. So like you're not filling his other people's shoes. You're just continuing to be true to what FTS is,
the brand.
So I don't think you have to be like, I have to fill these other shoes. No, you fill your own shoes, you get going, and you're going to do more than better. I think that's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, like even in paintballs, people are like, oh yeah, I have to be as good as this other person. Well, by being as good as this other person, you aren't as good as you are individually. Like there's no authenticity, so you will never actually know what to be, because that person's long-term goals are probably completely different than yours. So
dude, since you relate that to paintball, that actually clicked in my mind, because in the way how I've always looked at it is the way how I've always wanted to get to pro is I've never wanted to be the guy that is just bouncing around team to team, getting his way up the ranks. Like I've always wanted to have it with my own like unorthodox style, right? And the way that I've chose it over the years is by sticking by my boys and making sure that we grow as a team, and I'm not just growing as an individual, right? So I guess that's kind of one of those things that kind of just stuck in my mind, the way you just described that, relating it to paintball. And I think you're definitely right. I think that it's going to be a whole.
It's going to be
brand.
tough. It's not easy, because when you are doing something to like, you're staying true and you're not jumping around. Like I'm going to use like demons as the term. Like
okay.
You're fighting these other outside. We'll use external forces. You're fighting these external forces that are telling you all these things that you should do, when in reality, like by staying true to yourself, it's going to take a lot longer, because you're not using anything outside. So like being on a homegrown team, yes, it takes a lot hard work for a group of people to stay true to the organization and to grow, and not to bring in a lot of outside forces. So it's going to take more time, but in the long run, the opposite. I dislike using that word. Like if I'm going to progress a sentence, I want it to keep going, not to like yin and yang.
Instead of
yeah. So if you're, so it's going to take you a lot longer. It's going to be so much more rewarding. So, and not everybody's going to understand that. They're going to be like, oh, you could have sold out earlier.
I completely agree with you, Joe, on that, because one thing is, I mean, Brando, you know this for sure. Being a homegrown team, dude, it takes an insane amount of gumption. You have to work hard. Like, dude, we basically almost run our local field, right? Like we are the refs of our local league. We are the staff of our local league, and we make sure that like that's one of the reasons how we're able to even do what we do as paintball players, being able to travel around and compete at the national level. Because, dude, ain't nobody can afford that unless you're rich, So it's nice that Capital Edge and everything like that allows us to have a deal like that, where it's not impossible, right? Like if you do, when Matt the Gym Rat came out with this video on like how much it costs to be a semi-pro athlete in the world of paintball, dude, I was like, holy shit. Like that is insane.
You finally saw like the dollar amount up there. That's like, damn, that's what we. Damn, I don't know. I've never really.
It was kind of taboo to talk about.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, hell, even when people ask me outside of paintball, ask how much it is, it's like, I'll give you a round number.
When people ask me that,
honestly, I don't even really know, because I don't like digging into it.
Yes, because when people ask me, they're like, "Oh man, how much does that cost?" I go, "You don't want to know, bro." Right? That's usually my response, is because and we're blessed the fact that we have sponsors and stuff like that will actually help us out, right? So, but anyway, enough with some of that talk. Joe, dude, how have you been, bro? How is life? How is life?
Dude, life is always interesting, like always something interesting going on, whether it be a random Tuesday morning getting a text being like, yo, we need to go get an electrical fence, or oh, you gotta go take this person up to a doctor's appointment. Oh, you gotta go cut some limbs down over here. It's always interesting. There's never a dull moment. I'll leave it like that.
Okay.
Things are good. The Texas event, dude, it was great. Like, I was sad that I didn't get to see Brando. Like I saw the DMG boys at practice, and I'm like, oh, maybe Brando's pulling a fast one, and he's not gonna. He's actually here.
I was wearing my jersey.
What?
Oh yeah, dude, Jobin was wearing the Brando jersey.
Yeah,
Jobin was wearing. Okay. Yeah.
Last year said the same thing though.
He didn't look as good as you though. Well, like
Oh,
he
absolutely not.
in that case, he has some big shoes. Opposite of what I said earlier, he has some big shoes to fill if he's going to wear that jersey.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Jobin, shout out to Jobin. He was one of those guys that we kind of picked up last second, and just like we said, he had some big shoes to fill. And I think that I don't know if he's ever played that high semi-pro before, but dude, without a doubt, he handled his business. He played very, very well. There were points where he clutched. Solid player. I have nothing bad to ever say about Jobin.
Yeah, I will say really quick. He has been playing this year semi-pro in Europe.
Oh, okay. Has he? I did not know that.
So yeah, I know that.
Nice. Okay. Europe is like what? Like semi-pro is like high D3.
I think it's closer than that now.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree
talk
with you
your
though.
shit.
Yeah,
You talk your shit.
I mean, dude, see you at Cup, boys. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm praying I get a team that's not USA. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, that would be cool to especially see how the guys moving up, because you not just Jobin. Wasn't there another guy you guys had?
Yeah, we picked up Graylin, the young kid. We picked up a young kid named Graylin. His story is very, very interesting, right? He's a young kid. I mean, the guy, how old is he? 16, Brando?
16, yeah.
16. And it's very interesting. It's been a long time since someone that young has been on the team, at least around me. And I think that it is. I think the last youngest person that was. Oh, I guess Evan Middleton.
It was Evan.
Middleton.
I was like, we literally had someone.
He was very mature for his age. Shout out to Evan Middleton, and congratulations to him on his win in Texas. I think that it's a huge pickup for him. There were some moments when we had him play, and he was like, oh man, like we put him in for a fast point. He's running down the Dorito side. He gets shot, and he comes back in the pits, and he's like, oh man, like I got shot and I took a couple extra steps because I really wanted to shoot my friend. And I was like, whew, that's a thing I did not want to hear in that moment, right? So I took him aside, and I'm like, dude, do you know how selfish that sounded, right? Do you know how selfish that sounds, where it's like you want to risk a penalty and risk the team even losing more just to shoot a friend, right? And he definitely took it incredibly well. I think after this event, he's going to be a whole different player. I think that the little things that he's taken away from each game, do not get me wrong. He actually got more spins than I thought he was going to at the event. There are some people where when it's your first semi-pro event, getting a spin is like relatively rare, especially when you're already coming into a team that's developed.
Yeah, we've had guys that have come and not play a single point their first event,
right?
And maybe play two the next event.
Maybe play two the next event. And it absolutely takes time, because it takes a ton of time. I think Marcel Margot said it, where it's like it takes 3 years for a team to fully build, right? It takes 3 years for a team to mesh together and come up with a formula but to win. And I think that's a very interesting way to look at it. And obviously this is our third year coming into it. We've had a lot of ups and downs with our roster, but I am confident in the roster that we have now. I think that our young kid Graylin is going to seriously step up. I have complete faith in him. And overall we had a lot of new pickups. We had that older guy Reno. Shout out to Reno. Milkshake bar. Fucking love that clip. One of my favorite clips ever. But so I mean, Joe, how was it for you seeing the team that honestly like was half of us. What was your reaction to that?
So it was so seeing it's tough because at those events like everything is a huge blur. Seeing though at practice how like seeing the core that's been around for a while, it's like, oh yeah, these guys, like for the couple points I saw you actually playing and not practice when you guys were doing the laning drills and situational stuff, the couple points that you guys are playing, I was like, oh yeah, like things are like that team I'm going to use thermostat in the term is like the team playability and able to get to that ceiling of okay, this is where we're working at this next level. Seeing the team thermostat jump up was like holy shit, like give these guys next year and they're going to be there. They're going to be Sunday crew almost, if not all Sundays. So it's dope to see it. Like the great thing about going to national events is you get to see your friends that you don't get to see, but the bad things is you don't get to see them in between. And it's like it can either be very good or very bad to see how the team's doing. But I think next year you guys will be in a very, very healthy spot with what you guys have now.
I agree. I think that it takes a ton of team building, right? I mean, we're at the point as players where it's like if you're not working together with that guy next to you in a calm conversation, right? There's times to yell where it's like when it comes to getting information, different players, but there are times where it was like, hey, like I get out to this spot, don't move until I get out here. I'm gonna tell you you're good. Dive underneath the lane. You tell me when I'm good. I'm gonna bounce out, fill underneath, right? It's very technical and mathematical when it comes to the semi-pro ranks and when you really want to start developing that higher level of IQ. I think that it's a hard thing to do because, I mean, I've been yelled at by Chim hundreds on thousands of times to get that shit ingrained into my head on what not to do in situations. So I think that getting a lot of our new guys on that same mindset where they buy in, they understand, and their egos aren't as fragile, right? To where, you know, they're going to be pissed and be like, oh, fuck this motherfucker. Like, I cannot believe this coach is talking to me like this, telling me that, you know, I'm going to fucking lose it for the team. Which, dude, sometimes you need to hear it. Right?
And that's very difficult too with this next. I mean, I see it with some of the local teams up here in the Northeast. Is like some of these young ballers, they're so good, but someone comes in and like slaps them around and is like, "Yo, straighten up." They just instantly shut off and they're like, "Yeah, I'm done," and it's see you later. And it's like, well, you know what? Like, if going back years ago, like if you had that like mentality, you're like, oh yeah, I'm shutting off, not listening, like you either got beaten up more and then you started to act right, or it's see you later. Like we don't need that toxicity in an organization, so get out and not be around, because like we're attempting to build something much bigger than what you like, much bigger than the name on the back of the jersey. We're building something for the front of the jersey, and everybody's that's such a cliche thing. And so many of the younger ballers and like the more fortunate teams, I think. Actually, I'm going to tie this back to talking about like finances for teams and such. Is like a lot of the teams that are out there now, they're lucky that they have people that are willing to spend money on their organization to be like, hey, your practice paint is like well, we'll just say $20 or 25. I think is a pretty common number. We'll say 25. Practice paint is $25. Yet we have a sponsor that is willing to drop $1,000 so that we don't have to spend anything for this weekend's practice because of this sponsor. Oh, we go to an event, like we do okay. Yet we have a sponsor that is going to, like, they give us $2,000 for our room and board, and we don't have to spend anything. And it's like, dude, you guys realize like how fortunate you guys are for ballers at this time. Like most ballers, you guys can attest to this, is like growing up is like you worked hard at the field, you worked hard
Yes.
at your weekday job to be able to go to national events and or to play your local events too. Yet we have these kids coming in now that are like, yeah, I don't know how much I pay for paint. Like, oh yeah, we shot a skid last weekend. I didn't pay a dime, and it's like,
Damn,
shit,
privileged.
you guys are lucky. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, I see. I love the. Are we gonna go get another case? All right, let me go tell my dad.
Oh
Let me
yeah.
go tell my dad to get the other case. What the fuck? No, but
Wish I could say
it's
that.
almost like it's almost like yeah, it's paying it back to them as well, right? 'Cause, yeah, they are willing to invest time and money into you. It might as try your best in order to. I mean, if you're not going out there to win, it depends on the level. Actually, I was gonna go down a
Yeah.
path. It depends on the level, the division. But the higher up you go, you're going out there to win mostly, and you better be at the top of your game. Not just for you, not just for your teammates, but honestly for part of the sponsors that's supporting you as well. So
100%. And
yeah,
that's one thing that I've definitely had to learn about when it comes to when you're representing somebody else and you're representing another company. Dude, you got to watch what you say sometimes, you know? Sometimes my big mouth will get me in a little bit of trouble, you know? So that's one thing that I've learned. And when it comes to carrying yourself a little bit higher, dude, I mean, the perfect example is honestly like Ryan Greenspan. That's the kind of guy where, dude, he is always carrying himself as a professional paintball player, not as a pro paintballer, but as a professional paintball player, right? The guy's got a fucking Wikipedia page, you know. I wish I had that one day, but I think that when it comes to the way you represent your sponsors, you always have to make sure you're top tier, or else they're gonna not want to spend as much on you, or they're gonna be like, well, is that worth putting out that price to field those players, right? Like, I mean, sponsors now, dude, I love what they're doing on the pro field with all the different sponsors, with like the Hertz, the what are the other ones? There's the
They
electrical
had the
company.
insurance, South Shore, Shore Insurance or something, the white bunker.
Yep.
yeah.
What is it? And then the Tortilla Factory, Mark
Yep.
Johnson's.
This
They
last
had that green bunker. Yeah, that's dope that people want to invest and spend on a bunker. Like that's cool.
I wonder what the future is going to look like with that. Is it going to be at the point to where every bunker has a different logo on it, right? Is that what it's going to look like potentially in the future?
So the NXL needs to get the bunkers to all be plain and do like what they do at the NHL, like the white the rails on the
boards, yeah.
Okay.
boards. So most of those are actually like, from what I last recall, most of those boards they change throughout the period and such. So like when the camera comes over, it's a different bunker for a different sponsor at like each half or each game. Be like, hey, this match is
Interesting.
sponsored by Hertz, and then
Like a
the logo of
Telecaster.
Hertz
It'd be
pops up on the bunkers.
interesting.
That's way too expensive for the NXL. So
I was gonna
I'm
say I'm
easily
like, ain't no
paying.
way Tommy saying
I'm
hell
wondering,
yeah on
or
that.
so hockey does that, right? They physically change the boards though,
No,
because I
so
know
it's
I,
they
there's a
have
green screen like soccer.
So there's some type of tracking points on the boards that when the camera goes over it, it registers it, and then it ends up paying advertisements.
Yep.
We were talking about advertisements.
We're
Holy
talking.
shit, you're absolutely right about that. Oh man. All right, welcome back.
We gotta thank our To go back, we gotta thank our sponsor. Thank you for that commercial break. We are now back to the conversation.
Yep. My internet decided to take a complete shit. So day one, baby. Day one. We're figuring it out. It could be worse, but welcome back, everybody. We're talking about advertisements. We're talking about the future of the NXL advertising, where every single bunker is going to be a whole different color. You know, it's going to be the bounce house field. It's going to look insane. But yeah. Anyway. Okay. What even about advertisements were we even talking about?
So we were talking about different types of advertisements and like how the NHL uses one type of on the side of the boards on top of the bunkers. They do that, and then I mean, soccer does it too with the side panels and such, where they're just LEDs or whatever the display boards are. They do that for their sponsors. But yeah, we were just talking about like sponsoring the league and promoting paintball.
Dude, maybe one day, listeners, one day there could be an FTS bunker out there.
Oh, dude, that totally could be a thing.
Maybe the little cake, because we don't got like a big giant brick money. Maybe a little cake money. You know?
Yeah, maybe a little cake money. Maybe a start box money.
Okay, so if you were, for advertisement wise, if you were to rate the bunkers, what bunkers are worth more for advertising? Like, so is your start box worth more? Is the 50 worth more? Like, how do you go about like what's advertising?
That is a great question, dude. That is a great question. The thing is, I think the bricks could, but the thing is, you would have to have like a new format for it, where it's like, where it would be. Okay, I don't know if you guys seen those edits lately, where it's like a really fucking thin bar. You know?
Yeah.
Imagine, but it's like that, where it's like fully like long, like not just a logo on the middle of the brick, but it's like fully going around the brick, you know, with an ad. Like,
so, okay.
What do you think? What about you?
This is not PG rated whatsoever.
Oh, I like
this is if paintball was back old school, and I would love to have the bunkers be clear and then have strippers on the inside.
What?
How wild, like,
dude!
Like, oh, that's such a crazy. You could have a fish tank inside a bunker too. Like, you could be like, oh yeah, this sponsor is sponsored by. Well, they did Rockstar, so. But a stripper inside a bunker, like, people would be getting so distracted. That's a wild idea.
No, dude. That's how to get views. I like this. I like this a lot.
Yep. On the pro field for all the guys, it's women strippers, and for the WNXL, it's male strippers. Dude, we're onto something.
Damn, Brando, you really are just hitting the nail on the head. I like this a lot. This is good. This is really fucking good.
Hey, patent pending. Joe has a patent pending. Oh, listeners, don't die. Patent pending, motherfuckers.
I mean, shit, dude. I would probably watch just to see the girls' reactions being in the bunkers, just getting fucking blasted. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
it could be super beneficial for your team, or it could be super detrimental.
Okay, so what would be the best stripper bunker for a stripper to be in?
Well, you could get a can or a tower.
Oh,
right?
okay.
You could
can. Yeah.
You could put a pole in it.
Yeah, so that's very valid. That's very valid.
Dude, I feel bad for the stripper in the snake beam. Just laying
just fucking like spinning like a rotisserie chicken. Oh my god, dude! Holy shit! These are the ideas that we really need to get to Tom.
Yeah, or the sponsors of the bunkers get to decide where a certain bunker is on the field.
Like a platinum sponsor. Like if you want like the brick, you'd be like, all right, well, if I sponsor the brick, I want the brick long ways every time.
Right. And I want it at the 40-yard line, or I want this, like, oh, I'm going to buy 2 towers. That sounds bad. I'm gonna buy an Aztec and a Dorito, and I want the Aztec and Dorito to be placed right next to one another to make a shape. So it adds some like creativity to the fields and stuff.
Okay, dude.
And it could be almost like a more of an incentive for someone to buy a bunker.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I want this. And can they buy more bunkers though? Can they buy more than one? Or would there be a limit?
Maybe limit it is like, okay, you have to be a sponsor of the league. If you are this tier, you can then buy X amount. So say there's 20 sponsors in the league.
You had me at 2 towers. You know, the 2 towers.
I don't know why I was like 2. Okay, well, it was September when the last event was going on. So
that's valid. My bad, Joe. I didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad.
Dude, so you know who's the man is what's his face? He has a long hair. Lopez.
Lastro.
Last year?
Lastro. Yeah, Lastro is a man. He thought so far out on his jersey at this last event. Brando, his name was awesome on the back of his jersey.
Oh yeah, it
He
was.
was like, oh dude. So his the name on the back of his jersey was Tower, and then his number was 7.
Dude, such a
Yeah,
good
see-
jersey. They had some good jersey names on there.
Yeah.
Lastro.
Sharks.
Dude, what, what a guy. Jesus Christ.
So so going back to the sponsors and bunkers and such is like, I think the higher the tiers, if you're platinum status, you can buy like 5 bunkers, right? Because you're buying, so
Okay.
say 5 bunkers, you're buying what's on one half, and it's going to mirror on the other side. So, you could also open up to teams too, to be like, hey, teams, like you have very dominant snake players. You get to build a snake that is to your team's liking.
Interesting. So I kind of remember back in the day, not even that far. I mean, not that long ago. If I am correct, the way that they picked the field layout is each team would submit 2 layouts, right? Layouts of their choosing and their creation, and then when the layout time came, they basically had them all in a jar, and they would pick it up and be like, all right, this is the layout, right? To where if your team could potentially gotten their layout, right? And I'm pretty sure they did that for like a year in pro, I think. I don't remember when. This could be a complete bullshit lie. FTS facts. Don't Google me. Fuck you. But I wonder if that could be implemented today with that kind of standard, where it's like, platinum sponsors, you get to make a field, or you get to have one of your layouts submitted. Like, that would be sick.
It would allow for so much more creativity, and the sponsors to at least be like, yeah, we're not only are we contributing other ways, where we get to have at least some say in what goes on at the event.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, side tangent, Joe, have you heard about the bees that jizz themselves to death? Have you heard about
The
this?
drones, I know drones, as soon as they mate with the queens, they die midair. But I have not heard of the bees that jizz themselves.
Yeah, no joke, dude. Brando,
And
Google
die.
it. Google it. I swear. Like the heat. I'm pretty sure it's the heat that's getting to them. This might just sound like some complete bullshit, but I think there's something going on where it's getting so hot for some bees where they just fucking ejaculate and explode. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, Brando?
Okay, it says, yes, in a sense, bees do ejaculate themselves to death, but it's not a choice. Male honeybees, drones, experience heat stress during heat waves, which trigger their sex hormone, their sex organs to burst from their bodies, causing them to die from injury. Oh.
Wow.
Dude, you see what I'm saying,
During
right? Dude,
normal mating.
it's getting
where
so
the
hot in
force of
California.
Ejaculation
Bees are
ruptures
exploding.
Damn. Okay.
Well, the crazy thing is, like, bees, they're such masters of airflow. They're professional HVAC technicians. They know how to manage their hive and put comb in certain portions of the hive that it creates airflow, so it's pretty well regulated for temperature inside the hives. So and then when it gets too hot inside the hive, what they end up doing is like they'll go to the entrance of it, and they do one of two things. It's either called bearding, which they will then attach onto one another, and it looks like a beard.
I've seen
They'll
that.
just hang outside the hive, and they're very calm at that point. Or they'll have a couple of bees, or a dozen or so, that go to the entrance, and they just grab onto the landing board, and they just flap their wings as hard as can be, and it just pulls airflow out of the hive, so it regulates
Wow.
it. So like that's what happens with the moisture content in the honey too, is like honey will get capped at a certain point when it gets around 17, somewhere below 17% hydration. So they're creating that airflow so it naturally dries out. So like if honey gets to be more runny and such, so like the honey that you guys got this year, it's a little bit more viscous than the fall stuff, because the fall stuff will be a little bit.
For the viewers, what does viscous mean? Just for the viewers, because I already know. What does viscous mean?
Viscous is how runny of it's. Basically, if something is to flow more easily than not.
Gotcha. Okay, me and Joe noticed it was definitely more viscous. We actually said that. So.
Yeah. So the viscosity of, I mean, for people, for wine, people talk about viscosity is when they swirl a glass of wine and they're like, oh, the legs on the wine glass. What you're looking at is how it drips down the side of the glass. If it goes slow or fast.
So you're a honey sommelier, in a way.
Sure.
That is awesome.
I mean, you learn things along the way, right? Like, that's the theme of this podcast today.
Oh yeah.
This talk is like we're learning things, we're messing up, but you learn things along the way, and you're like, oh, okay, that's why.
Day one, baby.
That. And like,
you were a day one. You were a day one B guy. And now I'm a day one podcaster. We're learning. We're learning a ton. One day I'm gonna have my podcast knowledge as much as your B knowledge. One day. Holy shit, Joe.
It's gonna be great.
God damn.
It's gonna be great. Maybe we'll do a podcast in the future out by the bees, and we'll have
holy shit
be our guests.
The
queens, anyways.
Dude, holy shit, bro. Like
that's like a 5-year goal. We'll do a 5-year goal.
Dude, I'm in. Set in the calendar. All right, by 2030, we're having a B cast, and it's gonna be.
We're having
sick.
a B cast. You guys can come out here.
We're not using suits, right? We're not using B suits. We're raw dogging.
I'll get patches that have FTS on it. We'll get Ryan to come back. Actually, maybe not Ryan. But, yeah, we'll have to see if he makes some more appearances back in this new gen. We'll bring him back.
Okay,
we're gonna bring him back.
Okay.
We're gonna bring him with us.
I like that.
We can't forget the OGs.
No.
We'll get B suits. We'll get patches. It'll be great.
Oh yeah. All those Instagram accounts are hearing you. They're like, oh, you want some patches? You know, you ever get those spam Instagram messages from like a patch company? I get those all the goddamn time.
After you post something from an event, a paintball one, or like a big company, like actually with HK, how you did a collab post with Ask HK, myself for the sidelines.
Yeah.
How all of us are in it. There was one there, and then the bots also are so hilarious to not the patch ones, but there's like, oh, join spicy campsites, and it's like, no, like, wild.
Dude, I don't know if it's a bot or not, but there's this one account that uses my teammate Marv as their profile picture. And I don't know who the fuck it is. I've asked if it was him, if it was Marv, and it's not him. And Brando, while I'm talking about it, get the comment for me, because it was actually a decent comment. I'm like, maybe it's not a fucking bot, but it's like a weird like Xbox 360 gamer tag with random numbers and shit.
Yeah, he comments, hell yeah, stoked for all of Yins, excited for new beginnings.
Not a bot. He's saying Yins. Not a bot. Not a bot. That is a real life human being. Who the fuck is that? I have to know who that is. If you're listening to this, show yourself.
See, so it's using his profile picture. It's a weird K4CGM. The 916. That's like, if it's an area code, that's Sacramento. I know that. So got to be someone from. If it's a real person, they're in the Sac area.
I thought it was Marv's like burner account. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
That would be hilarious. But he's not saying Yins.
No.
But Yins is a phrase you use.
Yes, Yins is definitely a phrase that I use, and it is a famous phrase. It's a great phrase. Everybody should use it. Yins. But when I got that comment, I instantly sent it in the group chat. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? So sorry, that was another little side tangent. Let's get back to the honey thing real quick.
The bees.
The bees. Okay, so one quick question I have about the regulating temperature about the bees. So, how does it work when sometimes people are going to remove bees? Because sometimes I like watching those pest control videos where they remove like hornets, bees, and all this crazy shit. Where they have like a thermal scope and they're like doing it over the floorboards, and then they're like, oh, huge heat signature, and it's like this bright red like thing that looks to be so hot. What
So,
is that?
what it's them clustered together. It's like the mass of them just being next to one
It's
another.
vibrating.
What ends up happening? Hold on,
You're lagging a little bit.
Uh-oh. Fuck me. Uh-oh, internet.
all right.
Go
Day
ahead.
one, baby.
Day one, baby. Day one. We're learning. Uh-oh.
Day
he's
one,
underwater.
part 3.
Fuck
This
me.
portion of the stream or of the podcast is brought to you by Hormesis Paintball.
Yep, and
Get
Welts
all your
Clothing.
bag, apparel, and Welts Clothing.
Okay, how we sounding? We okay? We okay?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. I'm leaving this in. Don't give a fuck. Leaving it in.
Okay.
Day
We
one.
made it.
Okay. Back to the bees.
All following guests have to have at least one sponsored plug in there in the interviews from now on.
I like
Like
that.
it.
I like that.
In the
One
contract.
transition.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the contract.
We
If
do
not, their
50-page
knees get,
contracts with every guest.
stomped at a national event. What?
Ooh, damn.
Damn, it's crazy.
Oh, that got dark.
Oh yeah, it did.
Uh,
That's the only way we like it on FTS.
Like, if you're gonna do something, go all the way, right? Like, you can be sunshine and rainbows or broken knees.
Yep.
Um,
But anyway, how do they regulate the temperature when they're clustered all together like that and it's making such a huge heat signature?
so what ends up happening is like, so the temperature there is it's in the mid to low 90s is what they're keeping that temperature to. So like when the thermometer is going over, so like the house temperature for the most part,
It's like 78.
yeah, so well, depends on where you are, right? So like if people up here in the Northeast, like they're like, oh yeah, we like to have our AC running, so we're going to have our temperature be at like 67, 68 degrees, or maybe like low 70s, where like if you don't have AC or fans going in the house, it's whatever the outdoor temperature is, or for the most part. So like if you have a difference of temperature between the floorboards of the house and then what the bees are, like the bees are radiating that temperature, that's what it's picked up on. It's like that cluster just naturally, like if you stand by a group of people, like actually we'll use penguins because this is how the bees actually function in a way, is they cluster together for warmth, right? Is in the winter when
Interesting.
penguins are surviving in the coldest parts of winter, they cluster together. Then they end up cycling around and rotating. So as soon as this bee has had X amount of time in the core, it is like, okay, I'm plenty warm. I need to make room for someone else to come into the center so that they can then get warm. So what's happening with those thermal guns is the people are just walking and seeing like, oh, this is where the warmth is to keep the hive, and then that's where they open up the boards and the floor, the walls, the ceilings, whatever it is.
Wow. Holy shit, dude. I love
Yeah.
how much you teach me about bees. That is freaking sick.
It's cool. It's cool stuff. There's always something to learn, right? Like there's
They're smart. They're smart. They're so smart.
they're so smart.
Incredibly
They're so
smart. Literal hive
Yeah.
mind. Do you think that their brains are connected through the hive like a hive mind? Kind of like the flood from Halo?
Oh, maybe. I mean, they do have a mentality too. Is like as soon as like they give certain frequencies and such, like they will be like, hey, well, frequencies and or a chemical release is they will then be like, oh yeah, we're like we know something isn't supposed to be here. I'm gonna give off the scent, and that means for us to attack. If not, we'll just be chill, hang out, like it's nothing. So they do potentially have a hive type, or is it the Flood you just said?
Yeah.
I forget what Halo is.
Yeah.
The Flood. They do somewhat have Flood like mentality.
Okay, because I've always wondered, like, how do the bees know any, like, something like that? How, like, and you, okay, just tell me like the chemical. So, is that visible? Like, are you able to see, like, are they like squirting out like a juice or some shit? Sorry, that sounds like a stupid ass question as first time as host.
No, honestly though, I think it's just like a chemical that they release. I don't think it's a juice or whatnot. I think it's like if they were to like, if you were to fart, right? Like you give off a scent, like you fart because you just need to pass gas. But
Gotcha,
like
okay.
the bees, they must have something. I that's a question I don't know where that scent comes from, that chemical release. But if we were to, I mean, one of two places, right? It either comes out of their mouth or it comes out of their rear end.
Okay.
So who knows?
Gotcha.
That's a question I need to look into.
Interesting.
Do they have a cloaca like a chicken? It's like
Yeah.
A
one
what?
hole for everything. A cloaca.
A cloaca. I've never heard of cloaca.
All right, dude,
Oh.
educate me, Randall. What is a cloaca?
The cloaca?
Is that the
Chicken,
gobble? Is that the fucking gobble?
asshole?
Oh,
No, man. It's like the chicken asshole name. Let's see.
chicken asshole name.
It's cloaca. What is the name of a bunghole? What the fuck? No. Oh, no, yeah. It a vent or a cloaca. Yeah. Yeah, I'm right.
So it's just
Cloaca.
so they have
It's
two
like
butts?
one hole meant for like everything. No. It's just everything comes out of that, out of the one hole. Look, my mind went somewhere else. Dad's
Yeah.
not here.
Ah,
Right?
yeah.
We get to go
Dude,
wherever we want.
You got me, bro.
Well, I could go grab a bee anatomy book, or anatomy is the study of a body.
Yeah.
I could go grab a bee book and we could look it up, but I don't know.
That's a lot
It's
of
right here. Let me. Oh no, they don't. Damn it.
Okay, one question I got for you, Joe. And I'm not trying to trigger any trauma, but have there ever been any like close calls where you've like almost been like swarmed?
Oh, dude, so it's when they get mad, they get mad. They will come after like.
But
So
are you like
luckily
Chris
this
Pratt in
year-
Jurassic Park where you like hold your hand out and you can like control them? Like they can feel your vibes?
Oh, they definitely feel your vibe. So like that's why like when you move around them is like you move with purpose. So like you're slow and controlled in the movements. Like if you have quick movements and such, they
don't like
pick
that.
up on that, and they don't like that. No, because they look at that as like aggression. Where
Like
if you're
police, yeah.
slow and
Bears are quick.
peaceful, bears are very quick and they don't care. That's so like going back to the hive, the swarming. So my brother this year, probably I want to say 2 months ago, so last year we had bears, and then 2 months ago he's heading off to work, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he went to go look up at the hives, and he saw two of the hives were just like knocked over, so he had to go into the like reconstruct the hives. So the bees were pissed off and they ended up like attacking him. He had a suit on.
Jeez.
Even with the suit on, they were like stinging him through it. He's
What?
like, yeah, I got dinged like 20 times. Yeah, so
So the bee suit is not safe.
yeah. So he had a low tier bee suit. When he went to buy his bee suit, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this cheap one." So the stinger was able to get through the material, where like the bee suit that I had, I spent a little bit extra, and it's a mesh, but it has like a, what can I use paintball wise to compare it to? It's not as thick as an arm pad, but if you were to think of like a,
Is there like a hollow layer?
It's a hollow layer, right? It's very breathable. It's a mesh material, lets the air flow through. So like if a bee was to sting it, it would go into the material, but it wouldn't penetrate through
To get you.
the mesh. Yeah, to get you. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so years past though, before, so first or second year of beekeeping, I had a a cheaper suit, and like they would get through it like it was nothing, and it was like even with like the gloves, if you didn't have it covered to a point, like they would get through. Uh, and like there was times that my hands were swollen for like a week straight. Like it looked like the Mickey Mouse gloves. Like I was
Holy
walking around,
shit.
and I was like, yeah. So if I could have gotten stung in other places and it would have stayed that size, I would have been happy with it. But
Oh,
uh,
dude. Yeah, people
that
pay
would have
extra
been
for
way
that.
too painful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Damn.
Uh, but yeah, so they the the materials and gloves and such, but they like when they get mad, they forget it. Like don't
Coming
be
after
near
you.
their hive. Yeah, give them some space.
Jeez. And so
Oh,
he just found hives on the ground and was like, oh shit, like let me go pick those up.
Yeah. So the main thing is like when you see like the hive extractions and such online is like everybody's like, oh, I'm looking for the queen because like the queen has a very specific pheromone that she releases.
To calm
So
everybody.
it to calm everybody, to be like, hey, I'm here, everything's safe. Like the the colony doesn't need to worry about getting a new queen and or going anywhere else. Like I'm here, everything's fine. So he was getting the queens in both the hives. He was looking for them, and then as soon as he had put them back into the colonies, into the hive boxes, they had calmed down and everything was fine.
How long does that take?
Yeah. I mean, to find a queen, like it, once you train your eyes, you can find it very quickly, along with like pattern recognition, because like you can see like, okay, if I'm looking at a certain frame, I can be like, okay, I know that the queen has been here, uh, 10 days ago because the larva is at a certain point,
Oh.
it's still open. Where uh, if I'm to look at a different section of the hive, I can see like it's all either pollen and or capped capped bees. Brood is the term for it. So you can look at a frame and be like, okay, the queen's not going to be here because everything's taken up in this area. So I'm going to then shift my way across and then eventually find, like I will then find her because of of the cycles and such.
yeah.
Like the best analogy to use, so we'll go back to the penguins and we'll go back to the flooring, is like it's a core type. If you're to cut a golf ball and or baseball down the center, you have your different cores of necessities. You on your outer skirts, for the most part, that's where the honey is. Then you work your way into the next layer. You have your carbohydrates and your proteins and such. Then inside of that, you then have where the eggs are, where the bees lay the eggs and such. That's the core, right? Because you need to have uh, more bees to get protein and the honey. So like, and that ends up shifting across the hive at different times. Like it'll move up and down, side to side, all depending on the weather, time of year. So like in the winter, they want to stay warm. So if they want to stay warm for the most part, they're gonna be in what portion of the hive? If you were to guess what portion inside the
Dead
box,
center.
they're gonna be
Like
they're gonna be dead center, right? And they're going to be in the upper region, right? Because
okay.
heat
Heat
rises,
rises.
they will want to be in that upper region. As time progresses, they will then be like, okay, now it's getting a little warmer or colder. We're then going to move towards the back of the hive in the center. Then afterwards, we're going to move down, or we might move to the side of the hive and use up the resources. So like that's why like the honey is important for them, is because they move in accordance to where the honey is. Like that's their food source. So they use it for not only as insulation, but it's their food source for them to get through the winter and the year.
Interesting.
That's so crazy to think. Like, cause they're it, and they're constantly recycling it, right?
Right.
It's the constant state, that they're going out grabbing pollen,
They're
coming at,
self-efficient.
making the honey. They're going through it. It really is
Wow.
fascinating.
Yeah, right. And the thing with the challenge for us as for myself and my brothers is to be like, okay, at certain times you need nutrients, you need assistance to grow. As we'll use it as the podcast and people as a uh, for growth in general is like you need some assistance because there's going to be a time frame where you have absolutely nothing coming in. The trees aren't changing. There's no pollen. There hasn't been rain. So you need some assistance. And so what you do is you got to ask for help somewhere. And like in this case, for us as the beekeepers, we need to recognize like, oh, okay, so there's a dearth going on. What can we do to help them get to this next phase? Because if we can help them get to this next phase, they then don't have to like work extra hard in their uh, in their cycle. Because if
Hmm.
they have to take a step back from their cycle like a day or two, that could put them a week behind uh, in the going into the winter, and or that time when it comes to be winter coming into spring, they don't have the resources. That week could mean that colony either lives or dies in that time frame.
Hmm.
Like it's so delicate of a window.
Wow. So what do you
Wow.
do? What do you like? How do you assist them? Do you put in like sugar water out?
Yeah, so there's so many things that you can do. There's like sugar water. There's different ratios of it. So like during the spring and summer, like we'll feed them a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar water. So all you do is get like a gallon of water and uh, a, well, whatever you get for weight wise of water, you have to match it for sugar. Then you combine the two, heat it up just so it dissolves, and then you have these feeders that you put onto the hive. Then as it gets to like the winter portion, for the sugar water, you end up making that ratio more heavier because like you want the bees to, just like us humans, is like when it gets to wintertime you
Want to
want to
fatten them up?
bulk up, right?
Yep.
You want to get fat on you so that you can stay nice and warm in the winter. So that's the same concept with the bees, is you get them a little bit more sugar water so that they then have that extra weight on them, and it acts as another insulation for inside the hive if they're to store it. Then you can also give them protein and such, as like animals eat protein just like us. So there's these protein patties that have pollen, and they're pollen patties, and it has
Pollen
proteins,
patties.
carbohydrates, and other enzymes in it to help them have a healthy digestive system, so that they're able to like be healthy throughout
Yeah.
the winter and or throughout the year. Like sometimes we do have to. It's springtime and the flowers haven't started to bloom. The trees haven't started to blossom either. So what do we have to do is like, okay, their supply of honey and nectar uh, and their bee food inside the hive is at a low. So we will.
Alrighty. Sorry guys for some more technical difficulties. My internet is must have been bought out by PTG or something. I don't know what's going on, but we're figuring it all out. And now for this last part of the B segment with Smiley Joe, he has a very special experiment to show us because I don't know if it works. He doesn't know if it works. We saw it on Instagram. We're testing it right here, right now, live FTS experiments. So, Joe, if you want to walk him through it, let us know what's up.
So this was sent from one of your teammates, Cedar, and he's like, "Oh, well, if you some old dude in a on a Instagram video was like, oh, to know if your honey is real honey, uh, you gotta put it in a jar in a container, and as soon as you put it in a container and you add some water inside the container and swish it around, it will then show a honeycomb structure to when you're swishing it around." So I don't know if that's true or not. And
You have real honey.
a cedar.
We know you
I
have
do,
real honey.
I do. Wait, I don't have any honey.
I
I
mean,
have bees.
oh shit. Never would have guessed.
But yeah, no, yes, I do have honey. So we do have we got our glass container we're gonna use. We got a bowl here. We have our water, and then what now? Do you guys like? I'm gonna ask you guys. Do you want to use honey that has been sitting around for a year or so, or do you
What's the
want to
viscose
use
on that?
I mean, we could go with two. We can go with the spring 2025 if you want, or we can go with the honey that I don't know how long it's. I don't remember what year it is. Like this could be 2023. It could be 2022.
And honey never goes bad, right?
No, it doesn't go bad.
That is fucking crazy.
I think
So
I think we go use the one in the really cool container that flows out the bottom because that's a really fancy.
That is fancy.
yeah,
dispenser.
so we'll go fancy. Okay, so like in the video, the guy puts a dollop in. So hold on, as they say, for any scientific experiment, safety first, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, let's go, dude. I'm loving
Alright.
this.
So
Don't know what's
we
gonna
don't
happen.
need this, but this is for science, right? So, all right. So we're gonna put a dollop in. Okay, right there.
Yep.
All right, a dollop in the center.
Dude, that is heavenly looking.
So cool.
Yeah. After the science experiment, I'll show you different colors of honey. So we got our dollop there. Now we get our little thing of water, and he puts a somewhat.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. I can't see with this mask thing on. I don't really see like.
Did you put too
it
much
is
water?
Making some like there is
Making-
some.
I do see some waves.
Yeah, it's Hold on one sec. We're gonna get rid of some of the water.
Oh, that's the best way to do it
Honey
too.
water.
Honey water, baby. I mean, it does make some. It doesn't make like real hexagon styles, but
Is it close enough?
actually,
You know what? Okay, maybe we just gotta keep talking while he's swishing it around, and then maybe we'll
give it
we'll
some
see
time.
it. It's like one of those things where
it is
when you're boiling
making,
water.
like a scale like
Extra.
pattern on it. So
Yeah.
I'd say like yes, it does make them almost hexagon like.
Interesting. See, damn, that must be some good water.
Oh yeah.
It's tough to see. Actually, do I have a piece of white?
Ooh.
No, it's like it's very tough to see.
But okay,
Look,
the thing is, at least
Look, you are the professional. You're the bee man. You're the honey man. So if you can see it,
oh yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah,
For
fuck
the
yeah.
viewers only.
Get up in there.
Snozzleberries taste like snozzleberries.
Oh,
In that movie.
Berries. Ooh, great movie. Willy
Anybody?
Wonka.
Willy Wonka,
Willy
baby,
Wonka
of
and the
course.
Chocolate Factory.
Not okay. Let me just
The
say,
movie
Charlie and the
was Super
Chocolate
Trooper.
Factory. I thought the movie was fucking ass. Willy
Super hard,
Wonka,
really.
so good. Willy
Oh,
Wonka is so
you
good.
did not say schnozberries. I said schnozberries. You are correct.
Yeah.
My bad.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, we'll say so. The cool thing about honey, nature, and everything. So water does remember its shape and frequency and such. So I'd say yes, honey does remember its true shape over time because there's a Japanese scientist, Dr. Emoto. Is it Dr. Emoto? I'm probably butchering who it is, but he did a study of water, and if you're to talk to water, if you're to have a control and then two tests. One of them he says happy, loving phrases and such to them, to the water, and then another one where he says hateful things to it. And what ends up happening is the control stays constant. So he adds the water to a Okay, I pressed buttons and I thought I messed something up.
All good.
So he added the water to 2 cups of rice, and what ended up happening was the cups of rice that had the love said to it ended up like creating a nice smell fragrance to it. The control one remained pretty constant. It didn't really do anything to it, and then when they looked at the one that had hateful things said to it, it started to grow mold. It got very disgusting and such. So like frequency, talking to things, talking to the water, like water remembers structure, like remembers frequencies. So yeah, that would make sense of why that pattern looks the way it does.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane to think about. That just the way you talk to something could make it cleaner or make it more flow or something. Like, wow.
Right. So like that goes into like positive self-talk and such, like to a level is like if you talk happy, you will attract other happy things and people, situations into your being. Like you are a natural frequency of who you surround yourself with, right? So like the water is amplifying the frequency that you give to it. Same with the honey. Like in this case, teammates wise, like you're like, oh yeah, our chemistry's off. It's like, okay, the team's chemistry is off is because you have so many different portions coming in, and that's why it takes the 3 to 5 years for the chemistry to get along, because then everybody's on that same frequency. So
holy shit, dude. We are like breaking this down to like a level that I don't even think has even been talked about in our world of paintball. Like just that whole frequency, like I am like stuck on that. That sounds so like
So
it's very far fetched.
Sounds like magic.
Go ahead, Brando.
We gotta start talking nicer to each other, Hatch. You know?
You're absolutely right about that, man. Maybe that's the way we suck because I'm too mean.
I can't call Gage anymore. I have to call him AJ.
You need some character building in there. So the stuff at the field, like it naturally is going to, you're going to say some nasty things to one another, but it's like, yeah, we'll say happy things to each other to
still love you
get
at the end,
spirits
bro.
up.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, after the event, like, I love you, man, we won, yeah, like, you're the best.
Damn.
Oh, when we lose, like, oh, you suck.
I fucking hate you.
I hate you.
God damn.
That's
dude.
such hate is such a funny word. Like,
hate is a really funny word.
Someone?
Yes, I think about that all the time. Like,
okay, so go on your tell me why hate to you is a funny word.
you know, because sometimes like it reminds me of when like a kid, when they were like, they tell their mom like, I hate you, right? Obviously, like from their perspective for that exact moment, like they're like, oh, like they're pissed off just because they didn't get their way or something like that. But then when it comes down to it and like reality sets in, like you don't really hate them, you know? Like
right.
Hate is usually used as such like a short term for that moment, you know? Because it's like, how do people hate longer than like a day? You know, I'm a pretty forgiving person where, you know, I move on. I don't hold grudges for very long, right? So the word hate, like, that's like, I look at it as the worst way possible. Like when you hate something or somebody, that's like, I don't give a fuck what happens to them. You know, when you hate a person.
Interesting. The way that I see hate is like every spare moment that you have, you are putting into not liking that person. So to hate someone is like any spare moment. It's like if you're not thinking about something else, it's, oh, I dislike this person. I dislike this person with a passion rather than hate. Like it's like hate is hate's obviously the opposite of love, right? When
Uh-huh.
you spare a moment, you love someone, like you're thinking about that person. Like if you're gonna hate something, you got to do the opposite, thinking poorly on that person.
Yeah, and I think it's
That's
really
why I
interesting.
asked.
What's up, Brando? You
No,
got you look like you're
no,
deep in thought.
I'm really racking my brain of like, is there really anyone I truly genuinely hate? No, there isn't. There's just people I don't have respect for, or I just don't care for. But it's certainly no one that is on that end of the spectrum
I feel like
that
hate is
I'm
when you wish
thinking
malicious on
about.
somebody as well. You know,
Yeah, I don't wish that necessarily.
I feel like that's what hate
Um,
is. You know, when you like you when you hate somebody, it's like that is a different feeling from strongly dislike.
yeah, I'll pull it up.
All right, we are back again for like a fourth or fifth time. Day one, we're learning, having internet problems, but you know what? I will see how long this one lasts. I wonder if it's OBS. Makes me wonder. But anyway, I heard. Okay, so we were talking about honey, but now we're moving on real quick. Brando, tell me what happened to. Well, just tell me what's going on.
So we were talking about the GI truck that we all came what I thought we all came across. Apparently Hatch hasn't. Myself and Joe have seen it. It was a GI truck, the big semis that they usually have the paint
Paint
in.
truck.
Okay.
Paint truck, yes. Burned on the side of a freeway.
What?
Yes, and yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen this. I'm,
No.
I'm trying to find it. Um, it yeah, I mean
How does
it's
that happen?
conspiracies. Let's run it down. You know what did look? Let me throw this out, You know, ladies and gentlemen. Buy HK. I mean, paint trucks.
Agreed.
No paint trucks burning from HK. Just saying that. So yeah. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I don't want to say that.
Dad's
Never
not
mind.
home, bro.
I'll, you know, maybe rumors.
Insert company here that you want to use for imagination here.
Yeah, look,
Okay.
maybe rumors have been stirred up that because it wasn't the whole truck. It was cargo.
All right. Here we go again, and now hopefully it doesn't crash again. So here we go. Let me just say, now I actually have some interesting questions for you guys. So actually interesting questions.
Okay.
If Night at the Museum was real, what exhibit do you think is the most terrifying? If you get stuck in the night at the museum where everything comes alive, what exhibit freaks you out the most? Because I'll give my answer while you guys think. I always thought that the caveman, right? Those are like some seriously like I don't even know how we would think that cavemen would react to seeing like a person like us. Would they just fucking kill us, like beat us limb from limb? You know, that one freaks me out. What about you guys? I feel like standards like Dino. You know.
I can't recall watching Night at a Museum. I could see Caveman because like a caveman also would just be like, okay, bright lights, time to like just kill everything that doesn't look normal. Like it's a predator type of deal. To
Figuring
not
out
have that
where it is on the food chain.
intelligence type deal. Night of the Museum.
Like a saber-toothed tiger, something that's
definitely.
been extinct, right? Something that has that predatory instinct. Whereas like the caveman, they're still hominids, right? It's they're still gonna have somewhat of a curiosity.
Yeah, I think that's when they torture
So-
you is because they're curious.
True.
Would they torture you or just straight up like knock you out and then kill you?
I don't know. Sometimes I think like Bone Tomahawk. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie. It's pretty fucking crazy, but it's like they are so curious about it, right? When one of the cavemen like gets a gun and he's like trying to figure it out, and he's like slowly figuring out, and accidentally shoots a guy. because he's like figuring out how to pull the lever, how to like rechamber it and stuff like that, and he's just trying to figure it out. But anybody is hostile that's not them. So that's when it comes to the Night at the Museum, that one freaked me out a lot when I was younger. I'm like, holy shit. Like, the dinos would be scary. I think the ginormous ground sloth, I don't know if you guys have ever seen what that looks like. That shit is like...
Those are the ones that burrow?
I think so. It's like a 15, like 20 foot tall sloth or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Terrifying. But, I feel like also, I remember this one, the T-Rex skeleton. That one would definitely fucking murk my ass for sure. I'm not running away from that.
Who Night at the Museum was Robin Williams wasn't in that, right?
No, he was. He was. He played Ted Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It doesn't even have to be the exact movie. It could be any museum exhibit ever.
Oh man, any museum exhibit ever. Let's see. I would be scared of Vikings.
Oh, that's a good one.
Vikings just like if I was scared of people or like if I was scared of people on the side of things, it would be Vikings, obviously. But like creatures and such, I would be like maybe something down in the Amazon.
Like the Titanoboa.
Like a 15-foot. Oh.
Or like the burrowing spiders, like they like the coconut spider, whatnot. Like I think it's called the coconut spider, but they're massive. But they burrow, like they have the trap doors and everything. Like, yeah, I'm good. No, thank you.
God damn, it freaks me out about insects because if Earth had more oxygen, they would be way bigger. Like
right.
A lot of these, yeah, they were back in the day, right? So it makes me think like, if there is just a little bit more oxygen on the Earth, what would happen? Are we just gonna have 15-foot tall praying mantises just like as the alpha predators? Because, dude, I feel like at some point when it gets so big, that's just gonna be bulletproof.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Same like the fruits and vegetables too. Like they would just be massive as well. Like we would be so much taller. Like we'd be like 10 feet tall.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That makes me wonder like what life was in like the prehistoric Earth, because I mean I don't know if you guys have ever seen the documentaries where it's like the dinosaur, it's like all CGI, like 100% CGI, and it's all like dinosaurs on like the way that the dinosaurs lived back in the day. I don't know why, but those are always so fascinating to me because I look at it and I'm like, man, dude, I look, you get kind of sad when I see like the way dinosaurs used to live, you know?
It's crazy how people are able to by just looking at like soil and or like fossils and such, be like, yeah, this is how something actually was. And it's like, how
do we know?
You're looking at a stick. How can you tell that this is was like this?
It's like their rendition of it, right? They're maybe they have the fossils, right? Maybe within the fossils, the DNA of their makeup, right? Their maybe diet or something like that. Of okay, so they probably lived in this kind of climate, as well as like tracks, maybe where they're walking and stuff. You know, it's if they migrate or whatnot, and they're just connecting dots, right? From what would make sense to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure they're trying to bring back Brando, if you want to Google this for me real quick, I'm pretty sure they're trying to clone the dodo bird. Like they're trying to bring that back from complete extinction through fossils, through I don't know what the fuck the science is around it, but I mean I don't know if you guys remember a couple months ago they brought back dire wolves, right? I'm pretty sure we talked about that on the podcast a while ago, right, Brando?
We did, yeah.
Right, like they came out with because eventually they're gonna try to get the woolly mammoth, right, or some kind of mammoth. There's like a facility in Siberia that they're gonna put them, and like in the future, like this is insane that they're trying to do this. And
they're trying to like cross that extinct DNA with what's closest to it now, and then make not an exact clone, but something as similar to it as possible.
Yeah, that is so crazy because they made the woolly mouse. I don't know if you guys remember, but they made a mouse that was like basically made for like sub-zero temperatures with like super like long dense fur when they used some of the mammoth DNA on mice. So it's dude, that makes me wonder like how close are we to like Jurassic Park, like a theme park?
Yeah, it's scary. Like the creatures just suddenly are like, yeah, here's our natural instinct. I mean, you look at like how I think they've done it with chickens, and pigs are pretty common for it too. It's like once they're released back into their natural habitat, like
Oh yeah, they become
how
feral.
They become
very feral. Yeah, so like that makes me wonder is like with those creatures if they were to be brought back, and then as soon as they go into natural habitat, how they would react.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like that type of DNA that's inside their genes, they're like, okay, now that we're out, like we have to figure out like where we're at. Like, what is my limit on what I can eat? What is my limit on what can eat me? You know, to where they're just trying to like figure it out. And I in our Jurassic World, I gotta relate it back to that when they did like the Indominus Rex, when it was in captivity this whole life, it didn't know like what's going on. That the only thing it knew is like the crane that brings its food, right? So when it got out, it went on a bloodthirsty killing spree just because it was like, all right, I need to test out where I'm at on the food chain. So, man, dude, it's so scary how close we are to that. Brando, what do you think about dinosaurs like that? What's your favorite dinosaur?
the one with 1,000 teeth. Is that?
Oh, okay. I like that one. Hey, if you're listening, I'll let you look that one up yourself.
Yeah. Don't judge me. It look, I'm not a big dinosaur person, but I think we did just peer into the mind of Hatch if he was let go and freed to become feral on how the way he's gonna react and test the limits.
Absolutely. I feel like you have to. If you're in captivity your whole life, could you imagine having a caveman in captivity for his whole life and you're just feeding him with a fucking stick? How they would react if they see another human?
You remember Phil of the Future?
I do remember that episode. They had that, right, where they like thawed out a fucking caveman or something like that.
Well, yeah. The Phil of the Future. This was an old Disney Channel show. It was a family from the future that had a time machine, and they were going back in time. It was like vacation stuff. Got stuck in like our present day and had to assimilate to our times. And at some point, they went back to like caveman times and accidentally brought a caveman into to present day, and I kept him in the house and whatnot. And it was funny to see, their rendition of a caveman and interacting with technology and stuff. So wow, that random thought popped in my mind. But damn, yeah, see, caveman.
Dude, I actually remember that episode. You just like low-key triggered like a fever dream in the back of my head because I actually like I don't remember like watching it, but I remember seeing the caveman. I remember seeing like the caveman in like their kitchen like messing with like appliances.
Yeah.
Right? I definitely remember that. Like, oh man, dude. I feel like that's not the only show that's did that either. Like what other show is
there's that movie with Brandon Fraser. I don't remember what
it's called,
shit,
but dude. I think I remember what you're talking about.
It looked like you had an epiphany.
Nah, bro, chill.
Oh, no, Joe. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, I he's going on something.
My audio got messed up. Hold on.
Oh, got you. Okay.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Damn it.
Well, while we're figuring it out, that's okay. But man, dude, remembering all like those old school like Disney Channel shows, dude. Like, man, did you ever watch Minutemen?
Minutemen, yes.
That was a time travel.
That was a movie.
Yeah, it was a movie.
It was a movie.
Yeah, do you remember that they were like time traveling and then like they were kind of like saving people, right?
Yeah. Man,
But they wanted to go back and like win the lottery or something, right?
Yeah.
But they messed it up somehow, right?
We're back. All right.
I can hear you guys.
They messed it up somehow. I don't remember. I just remember them having to jump in the like black hole or something to go back and fix it at the end.
Oh, like, and I remember there was like there's like the kid who is like 12 years old in high school, but he's really a 30-year-old playing a 12-year-old that's playing a 17-year-old in high school or something like that, right? And then there's the normal guy. What show is he also from? Is he from fucking Hannah Montana? No, he's not. He's from Good Luck Charlie, I think. I think it's his brother from Good Luck Charlie. What's his name?
At some point, I was too old for that one.
Were you?
Yeah.
You remember it though. You were talking about it right now, you fucker.
Yeah. Well, my sister watched it. My little sister watched it. Watched it.
Sounds like you watched it too, buddy. Sounds like you were in the same room.
Hell no.
What's the first thing you do if you had a time machine and you could use it once? What would you do?
One time.
One time.
Are you altering?
But you can come back. You can come back.
Okay, but it doesn't really alter anything in the present.
It can. It could be anything. Like if you want to go back and assassinate Hitler, like you can do that.
That's tricky because like I would love to go sit down with like people and be like, yo, what's like, tell me what are you actually preaching here? Like, would it be cool to go see like to watch who moved the stone of Jesus like when he like
that is such a good one, dude.
Risen like
yes,
just to go like I'm gonna go get a case of like beverages that I want. And I'm just going to go sit off into these bushes over here and watch whoever it is or, like, what goes on for an event and be like, oh, yeah, okay, now I know what happens.
Yeah. I mean, dude, shit.
I could change the rest of the history from this point on and be like, yeah, you're all lying about this event that went on.
Dude, tell JFK to not drive a convertible. Like, that's a good start.
Ooh.
I like yours though. Seeing something as legendary as that, like, man.
Yeah, because then you could be like, yeah, I'm just gonna like watch this and then get proof for myself and not have an impact of everything else down the line. Like I can then like because I know everything up to the current point of jumping back, right? And then
would you reveal that you're a time traveler?
What's
like,
that?
Would you reveal like, to people like, oh, dude, you're crazy? No way. Would you reveal like I used a time machine and I went back once?
Maybe what I would do is, I'd write a will or something, or like, at this time, like, someone needs to go to this location, open up this, and this is where the truth will be revealed, rather than being like saying it in person, like. I would still want to like live out the rest of my life as it is, or what I think it would be, rather than like, or maybe that's the thing is like time travel, go back, come to the future, be like, hey, I'm a time traveler. This is what happens, and then like that could really alter a lot of things.
For sure.
I would travel back to a September morning. Boarding American Airlines Flight 11, knowing exactly what's going on, strapped to the gill.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They don't give a fuck if you have a gun. They probably didn't give a fuck if you had a gun before then.
Nope. And 9/11 wouldn't be, Never Forget Day. It's a Thank You Brando Day.
No, you're absolutely right. Because the thing is, then we don't see planes run into it. They just explode and fall. Right? Right? You know? Makes me fucking wonder. Because that right there, Brando, you being on that flight, dude, I actually could picture you doing that. Like, getting on a time machine, getting on that flight, you're wearing your fucking Welch shirt, going through TSA, they're like, oh, what's Welch? They're like, oh, it's paintball. They're like, dude, paintball? What the hell is that? Right? And Man, you go up there and dude, you save the fucking day, and the towers still end up exploding.
Wait, what was that? Was that on what was that on a Wednesday too?
Uh,
Mm.
was it on a Wednesday? Ooh,
Look it up, Brando.
Was
What
it
day
a
was
Tuesday?
not?
I thought it was
Because if you
a
were-
Tuesday.
I thought it was a Tuesday too.
Tuesday. Yeah.
I,
Hmm.
if it was on a Wednesday and you were wearing your Welts shirt, that
Oh
would be-
my god. Dude,
It was-
I
yeah,
am
nah,
digging
it
what
was-
you're
it
putting
was-
down, Joe.
Fortunately, it was a Tuesday.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck. Well,
It
we
was-
were
it was
recording
a-
the podcast that day.
It was the take trend track Tuesday then.
Holy fuck.
Pick dies too.
Dies.
I forgot that- yeah.
Okay, so Brando, you would so you're
Oh,
yeah,
there they are.
yeah, baby,
Look at them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's see.
You guys all got shorts fucking shorter than me, dude. I'm just wearing normal basketball shorts.
Yeah. Went to the gym before this.
Oh, they're
Hell yeah,
fucking
staying
still a little
active.
pumped.
My legs are
Yeah.
flubbery.
Dude, let me tell you, ever since our little meeting with AJ, we talked about that right on the podcast, Brando. We talked about a little meeting
We
with
did,
AJ,
yeah.
right? We had like a little meeting with one of our teammates, and he's basically calling us out for being pieces of shit. That we all need to be more active, way more active during the week. I completely agree. Right? I've been way more active. I feel so much better, and you know, I think that it's a huge wake up call for our team where we're all checking in. Right, like I'm posting my workouts in there. Brando, you're posting yours in there. AJ's posting his. Mar's posting his. Dude, let me tell you, it is making it to where if you're not active, you would look like an actual piece of shit.
Yeah, you're doing a disservice. Again, not just for yourself, not just for your team, but people supporting you too.
Absolutely. Do you want to let your sponsors down? Dude, stay active, bro. You know, use code FTS at Welts Wednesday for a little bit of percentage off. You know, we'd love it.
Yeah.
But you know, okay. Anyway, next question. Okay, this one's decent. We'll wrap it up on this one. Okay. $100,000 for every day you do not shower. How long are you going?
Oh, okay. Wait. Ground rules. Not showering consists of. Can I still like swim in a pool?
No,
Can I get wet? No, I can't hose off.
you can't. I
Ain't
mean,
going to rain.
if it rains, that's the weather. I can't. I'm not cloud seeding.
Okay.
You know, it's a real thing.
Okay,
Look it up.
but no. So no cleaning supplies.
No cleaning supplies.
Like no swimming.
I mean, you could swim, but
you know
I mean, obviously, you're gonna
But
fucking.
not-
You're low key when you get into a pool with chlorine. You low key kind of like feel kind of gross when you get out. You know, your hair's all fucking gross.
Okay.
Like you're not deliberately doing it for leisure. You're like, oh, I have to cross this river so I can go to the other side to get
Yeah,
a dozen eggs. So I can
that's valid. Breaking it down through the fourth wall. I like that. Okay. You can cross a river if you need to. You can cross any body of water.
How much? How much money a day?
$100,000 for every day you do not shower.
That's a lot of goddamn money.
That is a lot
I
of
can't-
goddamn money.
Are you doing math?
So if I'm living to be, let's just say, if I'm going to be 100 years old, I need at least 100 days of no showering.
100 days of no showering?
Right.
Brando, is Michelle
Right.
staying with you for 100 days of no shower?
Dude, it's
$100,000? Yes.
a day? Yes, dude. She
We'll,
would be
we'll
like,
double it up. She won't shower.
Okay, I like that. You know, I'm curious on whenever we're done, Brando, you should go ask her and be like, how long, and don't tell her about the money. Say, how long would you be able to take without me taking a shower? And just see, let her decide for you on how long you would go without a shower.
Okay, so I want to add this because if you ask like military men about like platoons and like I'm gonna use Marines because a couple of my buddies that were Marines, and you probably have Marine buddies as well.
I got
They
Space
were-
Force buddies.
they were- oh, hell yeah! So
Just met 'em.
They were like, so when they were on certain missions and they were in platoon and they're like, dude, like we wouldn't be showering for a week or so because of a mission. And when the women platoons came around and they weren't showering the same amount of time, they smelled awful. Like they're talking. He was like gag and throw up bad, and it's like, oh, okay, noted. So
Look, there's a reason why India is one of the stinkier countries.
That's a fact. Brandon, what would your boss think if you show up in the OR 3 days no shower?
You know what is well?
You got to live your
that's the
life. You got to
funny
live your
thing,
life.
'cause
Actually, no, don't. You get $100.
I have gone like 3 or 4 days without showering because shit's just too busy and I'm too tired at the end of the day.
Okay.
And I show up and like, I mean, I'm gowned in. I'm not like a dirty boy. I'm just a little extra oily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, good. Just a little splish splash of water on my face.
Slide action.
Yeah, you know, throw on some clean underwear and we're fine.
Okay.
We're chilling.
So, what do you think Michelle's limit is for you? Without telling her the money, saying how long could you handle me going without a shower?
I think her initial answer might be 2 days, but then I think like further questioning maybe 5.
Okay, 5. Okay.
And I throw the money in there.
Oh, she's saying, dude, you're
Never
okay being
shower.
stinky. Never fucking shower. She like
But think of it too. Like as soon as that initial smell portion, your like senses, they're just like, yeah, you smell. Okay.
I'd quit my if
Just
it was
natural.
100,000, I'd quit my fucking job, be full-time no showerer. You know?
Dude. See, it's not necessarily the smell for me. It's
The
my
hygiene
hair
part?
gets so my hair gets so oily.
That's very true. I get that as well.
Super oily. If I take maybe 2 days, maybe is usually by the end of the first day, if I don't shower a whole 24 hours, it's already pretty damn oily, and
Yeah.
keeps getting more and more oily. That's the thing I hate the most. But $100,000, I could deal with it.
Oh,
I think your
wouldn't
body
do.
would also adapt after like a little while. It's like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's
right.
not getting water, so
Don't
I
have to
think you would be fine.
overproduce.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, after like a week or so, maybe more than a week, but maybe like a month or so after, it's like, oh yeah, my hair doesn't need to produce a oil glands anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, is that actually a thing?
I mean, your body adapts to what you ask it to do. So, like, we could. I mean, you look at people that go and like, there's multiple people that are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go run a marathon for every single day for 50 days, and what ends up happening is their body adapts. Like the first week, it starts to break down. Then after like day 10 or so, it starts to be like, hey, I need to start producing in this way so that I can sustain. This is my thermometer of what needs to happen body wise. So I like it could. I mean, I don't know. Like we have to find an investor right now that is willing to pay the three of us $100,000 a day not to shower.
I like this
Now, do you have
actually.
to lock it in? Do you have to lock it in first? Like you have to go up. Like when we pitch this to the investor, be like, "Hey, we have 3 guys on From The Sidelines, or two guys on From The Sidelines with a special guest once in a while that are willing to not shower for X amount of days. They have locked this in. If they fail to do this, I don't know what's the punishment.
I just don't get any.
Yeah, I don't get any money.
Yeah, it's either you go the committed time that you say, or you get nothing.
And I feel like you wouldn't even get the money. It's not like you would like one day and then like $100,000 in your bank account. I feel like it would have to be you have to finish all of the days out.
Yes, yes, I agree.
I think realistically, before I would actually probably start to get like bothered, like actually bothered. I feel like I'd be able to go 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say a month initially.
Because think about it. Because also think about it like this: Yins are still going to practice, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're still going to practice. You're still going to the gym, doing your normal life activities. How much would you be able to? Makes me wonder how much everybody else around me would be able to take. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's also what I think of. Because I would hate to be known as like the stinky guy. Oh my god.
I mean, the ones I love that have to deal with it on a day-to-day basis, I'll peel you off some couple grand, you know.
I tell them that I'm making 10 grand a day, but really I'm making 100
Yeah.
grand a day. You know?
Yeah.
So they're
Really
like, oh, like I'll
difficult.
pay you $500 for the day. They're like, oh, dude, sweet.
Yeah.
Getting way more than that. But okay, like those are just some random questions that were kind of on my head, and I was like, wonder what the boys think about that one. But Brandon, do you have any questions for Smiley Joe?
I mean, we really dove into the B thing, which was awesome. Yeah, no, you know, listening more and more to really your knowledge on bees, it's had like one or two questions, and then it just more and more kept popping up, and you know, of course, answering them on the way, even in the downtime when Hatch lagged out and stuff.
Fucking
No,
hate it.
it's
Yeah, we had some great
um,
conversations too about like donuts and desserts and
we did, dude.
like
Oh my
yeah,
God.
like the pauses were the commercial breaks. Like that's where people they need to really subscribe to the Patreon.
Quick interjection. Speaking of donuts, Joe, a magical wizard walks up to you and he says, "Hey, I got magical donuts. Every donut you eat, you get $100,000, but you gain 5 pounds of pure fat. And the only way you can get it off is the good old-fashioned way, working it off.
Oh fuck!
How
yeah.
many donuts are you eating?
Sign me up.
How many donuts are you eating?
Sign me up, dude. Oh man. Oh.
5 pounds of pure
It's
fat.
like 5 pounds of pure fat. So that that'd be 20 put me at 100 pounds. That's a lot.
Did we say 10? Did we say 10 before, Brando, or was it 5? Maybe it was 10.
I don't remember.
I feel like maybe it was 10.
Either way, though,
We'll say
it's
10.
like, oh man, like, depending on the donut, like, I could eat a whole thing, a dozen of donuts if it's like Dunkin' Donuts. I could eat a dozen of those, like yeah, I'm good. But like, 100 pounds on
Of
Rough.
pure fat.
that's rough.
Pure fat.
All right, I'm going with 7 donuts. Because I could deal with that. I'll go with 7, because that's a lot of effort to. But I have to eat all of them right then and there, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with 7, and then as soon as I finish it, the fat just right on, right?
Right on.
Because you're not. Yeah, it's.
Dude, your shirt's
I remember
busting at the
us
seams.
talking. I remember us talking about this answer, right? Yeah, give me a large sum up front. Eat a ton right now in this one sitting, but after that, like I was never gorging myself for a year or two in order to pack that on. It's I just go back to what I'm maintaining now, or whatever cut, and it's just gonna start sloughing off, no matter what. So, yeah. I mean, it's gonna take longer, but whatever. It'll go back. It'll slowly go down. You know, with the habits that we have now.
I agree with you completely on that. I actually think that it is long. I mean, it's a proven fact that if you eat less calories than you're putting in, you know what I'm saying, and you work out, like, you're going to lose weight and gain muscle. That is a fact, right? So I think that as long as we keep our relatively active lifestyle, I do think we'd be fine. I think for me, I think I could probably shoot 7.
And you shoot 7, and you could probably keep 20 of that on.
Yeah, you're probably right. Turn that fat into pure muscle. You know what I'm saying?
You need at least 20 extra pounds. On you.
Dude, you're so right, bro. Dude, I mean, I got a way higher protein diet, dude. I've been getting grass-fed ground beef. That's been like my main thing. And dude, sometimes red meat, bro, that shit cooks my fucking gut sometimes, because I don't know if my body likes it as much as, you know, some good old-fashioned chicken. But I'm trying to get more, you know, red meat in me. But man, that shit is hard. But you know, I'm trying, right?
Yeah.
Brandon, what do you eat on a daily basis? Like, what is your like daily meals?
Daily? All right.
And how often do you eat? I'm gonna write this down, and I'm gonna ask you the same question, Joe. And I'm gonna try to keep up with you guys.
Yeah. So right now I am on a diet. I'm on a somewhat of a whatever.
Like a
A little
deficit?
cut. Yeah, I'm on a
Okay.
cut right now. Um, Trying to get down, as low body fat percentage as I can.
When I saw you watching the field, I did notice your dude. You are looking more cut, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
definitely did
dude,
notice. You're,
I've dropped 10 pounds. And here, let me see.
dude, I cut all the fast
It's
food and
towards the
everything
mental
out of my life, and I already noticed myself getting like more like cut just because I'm
Oh yeah,
eating like way cleaner food.
dude. Here you go. I dropped 10 pounds in 3 weeks. Dropped 10 pounds and dropped 5.7% body fat.
Fuck yeah.
So it's egg whites, and it's
How many egg whites?
I was weighing it. Now I mean egg whites. It's so little.
Oh, you're just
The
kind of eyeballing it.
calories. I'm eyeballing. It's like that looks good enough. Anywhere between like 120 grams to 180 grams, and it's so filling. A little bit of calories, but mostly it's all protein. Get that, and then either ground turkey or some like
Ground
chicken
turkey.
breast or tender. Yeah, I love me some ground turkey. Either that or some chicken breasts that I have cooked. And I shoot for around 150 grams of either or, you know, give or take a little bit, um, just depending on what I'm feeling. Um, and then I always have that for a lunch at work. Um, I always got 2 cups of coffee, and
You
in
lost me on
one
that
cup
one.
but one cup I put in a scoop of collagen protein powder
Okay.
that I got from Costco.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste like anything. It's just, hey, 20 grams of protein. Here you go, plus some collagen. It's nice. It's good. Um, and then what else do I get? I get as a little snack some from Costco again, the little like chicken bites, already grilled chicken bites. That those are nice. They're kind of smelly once you open it. I know like you got to get used to the smell, but the taste
Okay.
is it's fine. They taste fine. Got that. Some Okios protein yogurt as well. Low on carbs because I gotta save my carbs. Um, like 15 grams of protein right there. A little 90 calories, 15 grams of protein. Those are nice. Um, I always take like a protein like shake, like a Premier protein shake with me. I don't always drink it, but
Those
if
are
I'm
hard for
feeling,
me to get down. Protein shakes. Not gonna
yeah,
lie.
they're not my
Is it
favorite.
with
Like
water or is it with milk?
I've tried both.
so,
What for you
like
better
it
though?
protein when I have protein powder, I go with water. I have no issue with that. It's the already like pre bottled Premier protein, like vanilla, the latte one,
Mhm.
the caramel one. It's just I don't know. They're not my sorry, they're not my favorite. But I would much rather eat my protein than drink my protein.
Mhm.
So, um, and then beef jerky, dude. So there's this one brand I'm blanking on its name from Costco, dude. Costco's the shit. Um, it is pretty dry and tough, but it's all protein, no carbs, very little fat. It's just all protein, and again, it fills you up. And then from there, it's whatever I got left for dinner, whatever I want to make at dinner, whether it's a steak, some chicken breasts, some like protein chicken strips or nuggets or some shit, rotisserie chicken.
Dinos.
Uh, um, nah, not dino nuggies. No, not macro friendly. Got to throw a vegetable in there, and then I like rice, but rice is super
High in carbs.
dense, super high in carbs. So I go potatoes if I have the carbs to give up. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, again, it's not like super strict, but it's all along those lines every day.
It's all within a bubble, right? It's all within this bubble that
Yeah,
you're not straying from very often.
how I'm feeling, and certain days I have more calories to eat than other days. Like the weekends, I eat more on the weekends because we're more strenuous and shit. So You know, it fluctuates.
Interesting. Joe, what about you? What is your daily intake looking like?
Dude, so it's been bad. I want to say like the last couple of months. Like it's pretty much so. Like I eat whatever I want to for the most part, which is a good or bad thing. Uh, like if I'm hungry, I'll eat something. But I'm very easy when it comes to like what I'm intaking. I'm like I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning when I wake up, and then I'll eat something light midday or so.
So you skip breakfast?
Like like if I'm going out to do things, I will then stop and get a coffee and donut. Uh, Very like cliche, or actually, if I'm going to, we'll do this. So my days when I'm going to an event, I eat more than if I'm just like doing stuff around the house here. Like I maybe eat like one or two meals tops a day during the week, and then weekends I'll have maybe I'll go towards two meals. Like I'll be like, okay, I'm having a breakfast, which is like grab a breakfast sandwich, coffee, donut at Dunks, and then when I'm heading home from whatever it is on the weekends, I'll then stop and get something on the way home, like a chicken sandwich, or as bad as it is, I'll go to like a fast food restaurant and like grab like a burger and fries and be like, okay, I'm having this. And then when I get home, it's a second dinner where I have like meal prepped burritos and such that I'll eat, which is quick grab and go type deal.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was really when I was running, when my foot was healthy and I was starting my cut, I was around 185, and like I forget what my protein. I was just like, I need to get 170 grams of protein. I need 1,900 grams of carbs, or calories, not carbs. And then I forget what was the and then 50 grams of fat, and then 200 grams of carbs. I was very like, however I can get that in, that's all I care for. Like if I can get it, if I want to eat it in one meal, cool. If I want to spread it out, fine. But that was like just to sustain that goal weight of getting down to like 175 for running and such. Right now, dude, it's like oh yeah, I want to have a snack. Like, let me eat some Sour Patch Kids. Like I could eat this whole bag if I wanted to right now.
Oh hell yeah.
I mean, I'll eat whatever, but it's the main thing. Like I look at myself. I was just talking to someone about this. I look at myself in the mirror and I judge if I need to eat more, eat less, depending on how I feel too. Is it's not like I'm not like really meal prepping just yet, but like when I am to get back to my running and such, I'll be meal prepping a little bit more. But but like I said, it's like I attempt to get as close to the grams of protein. Cool. Calories, I know I'm gonna burn more, especially with like my gym workouts. Like I know I'm burning anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 during that time frame. When I was running, then I was also burning anywhere from another 1,000 to 3,000 depending on runs wise. So like I could eat anything and it would just in one way out the other. Yeah. It was so dope. But also that could be super detrimental to me. It's like, oh yeah, you don't need to produce insulin in your body anymore. But there's a couple. I'll have to look for them. But I found some really good sites that like had some meal preps and such to make some killer dishes and such for prepping out a week wise. I'll have to share that with you guys because if you can plan ahead for eating and such, it just makes it so much easier to keep on track.
Definitely. My only hard part, my main hard part is just like actually getting the food down. Like, dude, I'll eat and then like my body is like, all right, bro, keep going.
That's
It's gonna suck for you later.
That's fine. That's fine. Most people they force it, and it's like that's not the way to go. It's like
I feel like I
your
have to
body's
force it,
telling
bro.
If you gotta force it, like you can push it to a certain point, but I'm like with food and such, like if your body isn't saying to take it, don't do it. You're doing yourself more disharm. Like it knows what you need.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you're like that gut health and brain health, like that connection, man, it tells you everything you need to know. You have to listen to yourself.
Definitely. I agree with that completely. Well, honestly, on that note, thank you guys for seriously tuning in. Joe, dude, what a fucking pleasure it has been. Dude, I seriously apologize on all the mishaps that has happened.
It was day one. We're figuring shit out.
Yup.
Cut that shit out, Hatch. I'm not allowing you to say that from now on.
You're right. I know how late it is for you. I know how late it is for you, and I appreciate the sacrifice.
Dude, I'm usually going to bed at like 1 or 2 o'clock anyways, because this is my quiet time. So this worked out perfectly. So you can cut that shit out of apologizing. I'm not allowing it. I signed up for it. You Gucci.
I appreciate that, bro. And let me tell you, it's been nothing but a pleasure to have you on, Joe. I'm excited to get you on in the future, talk more about bees, talk more about life, and dude, hopefully we don't have as many internet problems. But Brando, you got any final words?
Joe, I missed you at AC, missed you in Dallas. I'm gonna see you at World Cup though, so we got World Cup. Whoa,
Fingers crossed.
I still have to buy my ticket. You're right. Damn it.
Me too. I haven't bought my ticket.
I still have to buy my ticket, dude.
Yeah, my wife has hers though, so she's going. I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, so nice to talk to you. You're one of my favorites, and
For sure.
damn it, it's so fun. It's so cool. Thank you, and really quick, like I got a cool guy of the week.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, cool guy of the week. Long time listener, friend of the show. Didn't talk about it during the episode.
Fuck, dude.
Mike Ryan.
Yes. We definitely need to talk about this.
Mike Ryan is the cool guy of the week. All right, he listener of the show. He always sends us the code word of the week, and he gives us his thoughts on the episodes every week. And you see him at the Sepples, and this one he was playing with his boys, California Patriarchs, right? Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
And in D4, and they made it all the way to the final. It was their first Seppel, made it all the way to the finals, and it came down to a 1-on-1. They
Sudden death overtime.
Scored tied 1-1, went into OT. That was a stalemate. He walked on as a 1-on-1, and he ended up winning it for his boys.
He fucked the other guy up. Like, it was convincing.
I don't think
the other guy didn't even know where he was.
I don't think the other guy shot his gun, unfortunately. It lasted maybe 15, 20 seconds, but
That's how compelling the win was. The guy didn't even get a time to shoot a ball off, just fucked him up. Right?
Yeah,
so.
But, dude, Brando, thank you for bringing that back up, dude, because it's hard being a host, man. I'm learning. We're learning. Baby steps. Day one, baby. Honestly, dude, if you're listening to this far in the podcast, that is this week's code word of the week. Day one, right? The incredibly hard fought battle between me and Day One. Let me just say, and it hasn't even really begun because now I gotta learn how to edit. I might go live on Instagram, honestly, see what's up. Might try to build a community there while I try to edit. You never know. But yeah, honestly, thank you to all the sponsors who sponsored the show. Hormesis Paintball, thank you so much. We appreciate everything you do. Make sure you guys, whenever you guys go to the events and you see the Hormesis booth, go on in there, get yourself some merch. It is awesome, right? Welts Clothing, shout out to Welts. Their upcoming drops are going to be absolutely sick of the month of October on Welts Wednesday. The first Wednesday of every month is Welts Wednesday. They drop dope stuff, whether it be straps, whether it be jerseys, whether it be, I don't know, jockstrap, whatever you want.
Hey, be on the
tees.
lookout. This next strap that they're coming out is pretty fucking nice. It's pretty cool.
Oh, hell yeah. So use code FTS at checkout on Welts Clothing. Save yourself a little bit of money. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to the episode 165. I remembered 165 Prestige 1. So I'm excited to get into this. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Joe, it's always a pleasure having you on. Thank you for being the first person on our reform and rebrand. Thank you so much.
Prestige 1. It's an honor.
Prestige 1. So if you're listening to this, we love you guys. Thank you.